In a world where billions of people do not have a clue about the forces that control their health, these people go about their day in a life and death struggle, while minds that are calculating and unsympathetic make decisions that will affect their very lives.
You know, what it all boils down to, quite frankly, is that we are victims of a Machiavellian medical monopoly. We don't have a free medical marketplace. We haven't had a free medical marketplace since the early 1900s, and, you know, absolute power corrupts absolutely. Quite frankly, if you're not angry, you're simply not paying attention.
Man, how do I take a positive spin on the fact that we're being murdered?
We are being killed, and nobody goes to jail.
It's not in their interest to practice preventative medicine because they make less money if they do that. So it's that simple. So, you know, if you don't get sick ever, you're not going to the doctor, you're not giving them any money.
Medical historians in the future will look back on us and wonder how such an advanced society could perpetuate such a colossal blunder.
Can you imagine everybody in this room burying their children? This tells us how terribly the medical profession has failed us.
So this is your prescription medicine case, right?
Yes,
And you call this your what?
my traveling pharmacy.
It's your traveling pharmacy.
So if you're taking a statin, you're taking a drug to prevent heart attacks that does not prevent heart attacks. And further, you're taking a drug that is not safe and does you harm.
Fascinates me that they've been able to do this incredible sales, tactic to convince all the doctors and all the patients that, oh my God, I have to take this drug. And when you look, you look at statistical, I'm always looking at correlations. Fascinatingly enough, if you look at the correlation over time from hospital discharge data that are maintained by the US CDC, over time of high cholesterol or high LDL, LDL's going up exactly in step with glyphosate usage on corn and soy crops. So I think glyphosate is causing our problem that we have now with too much cholesterol in our blood. And it's not going up. If you look at heart attack, it's completely unrelated. It's like doing something completely different from what the cholesterol's doing. So here they say, oh yeah, high cholesterol correlated, heart attack. It's not true. The high cholesterol is not correlated with a heart attack.
So guess what also has been a fallout of fat-free diets and statin drugs? Not only does your brain dry up and you get Alzheimer's disease, but your sex hormones dry up.
It's because we have a system of medicine that is fundamentally stupid.
And you really don't know what's going to happen, but the problem is what could potentially happen, the worst thing that could potentially happen is you could create, something like the bubonic plague or something that just spreads and kills all the crops or just poisons people en masse. I mean, there's a very dark side that could accidentally happen.
It's going to be a disaster in time. It's just a matter of time.
Inquiring minds want to know, if this stuff is causing cancer and killing us, why is it allowed to be used? Follow the money, baby.
And if you plant a crop and some of that seed blows into your neighbor's pasture or field and comes up, Monsanto's pissed.
The unbelievable sweep, power, and control that agribusiness has.
Fluoridation of the drinking water supply is done to get rid of the toxic waste hexafluorosilicic acid from the smokestack scrubbers of aluminum and fertilizer factories. Dr. Dean Burke of the National Cancer Institute said, fluoridation is a form of public mass murder. And he also said, in point of fact, fluoride causes more human cancer death and causes it faster than any other chemical.
So fluoride in the water is another prime example, like high fructose corn syrup, right? How the establishment has purposefully hijacked people's health and well-being. Right? Fluoride has been proven scientifically for a long time to be a neurotoxin. Right? It's a freaking neurotoxin.
Once you've got these studies showing lowering of IQ at these concentrations, there is no margin of safety to protect all our kids from having their mental development impaired by drinking fluoridated water.
What are the chances that every single person, every parent on the planet knows that they need to have a fluoride filter for their water that they use to make formula for their babies?
It makes people more dependent, it makes people weaker. There's actually plenty of studies that have shown because it's a neurotoxin, it lowers people's will, it lowers people's like questioning, it lowers people's like thinking and creativity and all the stuff that sort of, like raises them up. It keeps you down, It's a freaking neurotoxin.
So what are the big secrets in medicine? Well, I think one big secret is that most of the chronic diseases that people suffer from are completely preventable.